Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome to the title screen of Star Fox Assault. It's been a while since you've probably seen this, so I am here for a bonus episode where I'm going to show you off some of the things in the game that you probably haven't seen much of, because I've been sticking mainly to the story mode, well, almost exclusively to the story mode. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing off some of the different features of the game that it has, aside from the multiplayer, because that's going to be coming at a later date. But starting off here though with the single player, one of the nice features that this game has is that it allows you to create users or players or accounts, whatever you want to call it, where you can have different save data and different files. So I just used my previous entry that I had, which was Tomcat, because, you know, whatever. But it actually also allows you to play as a guest, which is pretty neat. So whenever you play the game, you'll load a specific player to actually play. So you can play the single player in a number of different ways. So you have the main story mode, which is what I did, and that's how you load the entire story and have it play through all the cutscenes and stuff in order. You can play each mission individually, and so this is the screen from which I recorded all the goal rank videos and did practicing and all that kind of stuff. So you can see all of the different things that you can have for each mission, so the friend medal, all the different ranks, and then the number of flags you have. So you can see that I have 100% of everything on this file. But otherwise, I can point out some funny little score things. You notice that the scores for Mission 1 and 2 are the same. And for a while, I actually had the same score, I think it was on Mission 9, 1 and 2. They all had 2445, which is kind of funny, until I actually had to improve my score in Mission 9 to get the gold rank. And then, of course, I got a score of 2013 on Mission 10, which is kind of ironic considering the year in which this video was posted. But other than mission, you have survival, which is basically you can't save. You play through the entire story all at once. And so that's pretty much it for the single player. It shows you how many of all the things, the badges and flags and stuff you have on the bottom right there. So you can see I have everything, which is nice. But that's going to do it for single player. There's versus mode, which I won't get into right now. But we get to go and explore the fun menu options. So when I was creating a new player, back there, you can see that it gave me controller settings. So you can actually change the way that you control, like the way the game plays. And so there are other configurations, and given time, it might have actually been better to switch to some of these ones, but since I learned how to use the single stick configuration when I first played the game, that's just what I've used for the entirety that I've played it. Which you can see what it tells you is that the camera is controlled actually with the R button, so that's kind of what you use. Kind of like Zelda, where you can press Z to center the camera, it's kind of like that. But otherwise, you could switch it to dual stick, where you can move with the analog stick, look with C, and then shoot with R. Which, considering that I actually have gotten used to first-person shooters, like dual stick control with first-person shooters, I might actually try that out sometime to see how I like that. But then there's this one, which is move with R and look with analog stick. That looks really weird. And you can also, I guess, customize to a certain degree what your controls are for the R-Wing, the Landmaster, and just your pilot. And so it actually, and what that also does is that shows you what all the buttons do as well. So you can have fun and look at that. And then there's some other things that you can change, like invert the Y-axis on the R-Wing, which I do, just because it kind of makes sense. Same thing goes with the Landmaster and the pilot controls. And of course you can turn Rumble on or off. Oh, I'm sad. Pressing the yes button or changing it back to yes doesn't actually make the controller rumble. It's kind of sad. But those are the control settings. Here's where you can view all of your play data records. So you can see your high scores for all your missions, the total for all your high scores, which for me is about 24,369. Well, it's precisely 24,000. 369. I have not done a complete run of survival yet, which is intriguing. And then, when you're playing through the story, it'll keep track of all your scores, and whatever your aggregate score is at the end, it'll calculate a high score for that. So mine was 12,268. I can say numbers. And then it'll also show you multiplayer stats, which I don't really have much of, because I haven't really done much in the terms of the multiplayer in this game, aside from kind of played around with it on my own, which is kind of sad, but this game actually has pretty good multiplayer, so look forward to that, I guess. But there is one more thing for me to cover in this bonus episode of sorts, and that's the bonus game. You get a bonus game for collecting all of the silver badges, so I actually went and did that for the express purpose of getting this game before I started doing the LP. And so this is an arcade game called Xevious, which I believe was published by Namco back in the day. So I just need to look at the controls. They're not really that complex. So I guess we can get started. I will do like a few rounds of this, maybe. We'll see how far I get. But it's kind of a shooter thing. I'm not really sure whether or not you're in the air or on the ground. I think you're in the air, because I think you can shoot, which is what I'm doing right now, and you can also drop bombs, you see, and they go down and they can hit things on the ground. So it's actually a kind of an interesting concept, and it's kind of fun to just play around with, although I do not claim to be very good at traditional arcade games, just because I never really grew up with them. Oops, and I died. So there you go. That's how great I am at this. So if you're wondering why it says 1 Suvalu left, I believe that is the name of the ship that's in this, and that's the name of your ship, and that's why it's called that. But, and actually, a little interesting tidbit is that the S-Flags in Star Fox Assault, their design actually comes from this game, I believe. Because I think there were secret flags that you could find in this game. I don't know exactly how, but I do believe that the design is very similar, if not identical, so that's probably where Namco got their basis for that design. And as another interesting tidbit of information, in Tales of the Abyss, which is a really, really good RPG that I like, the thing that you get that allows you to switch which party member you're running around as is actually the S flag from this game, and I guess Xevious as well, since they kind of share the whole thing, which is neat, and it kind of makes sense since Namco published both of the games. And yeah, I'm great. I don't know if you could tell. But I mean that's pretty much all there is to it. I really love the the opening jingle that it does there. Well, you could probably listen to it whenever it comes up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it. Unfortunately, I probably will not be able to show you much more. Game over! Yeah! I'm the best at games. I'm the best at space. And so you just hold L and R to get out of that. So that is Xevious. It's a fun little thing to do. I haven't really spent that much time playing it, which is probably a good explanation for why I did not get very far. But I don't really care too much about it. It's probably not. It's probably a good thing that I didn't get too far with that, or else we would have been here for a while. So that's pretty much all there is to show, with the exception of versus mode. So we'll be getting into that in the next bonus episode of Star Fox Assault. So thank you for watching. See you for the multiplayer. redxparasite signing out.